Question, what is alt-right? Who's behind it? Where did it come from?
Don't mock the alt-right.
It seems the entire country is talking about the alt-right, so I guess it's our turn as well.
Is the alt-right?
No country has ever prospered that failed to put its own interests first. Both our friends and our enemies put their countries above ours. And we, while being fair to them, must start doing the same.
Right, what you just heard may be the most
racist, bigoted, problematic, insert buzzword
speech in your whole life.
The alt-right are just hipster versions of white nationalism.
I've seen plenty of them advocate for genocide. In fact, talking about throwing leftists from helicopters is something you'll get in any group of high concentration of them. Sounds pretty genocidal to me. Nope, jokes are not allowed in all places of conversation.
Ever since Hillary weaved together the complicated and deep conspiracy theory that the alt-right are being funded by Russia, and we are going to take over America with racism and bigotry, probably going to send people over the wall. Don't even normally deport them, just like grab them, throw them over the wall, just do that. That's real American.
They're eating her! And then they're going to eat me! Oh my God!
We've seen the alt-right thrown into the center of the political entertainment circus complex. And we have also seen many people try to explain this movement. Many did not do a good job explaining this movement. Many only give very shallow details about it, mainly mirroring what we see the God Queen Hillary saying.
We really need camps for adults. We can talk about why they ended up that way, but first we have to bring them to heal.
Right is a lot more nuanced and complicated than what people like Hillary, the media, social media, and Jill Stein's Mean Group would want you to think. And there is a lot of voices coming from the alt-right. Some of them are trolls or maybe white supremacists who I question why they're trying to tarnish the movement when the alt-right can solve a lot of the problems that white supremacists want to solve without being fascist, crazy, genocidal maniacs. And I'm going to tell you some of these pillars behind the alt-right and what makes the alt-right, in a sense, the alt-right. The alt-right was mainly born from memes on the website that must not be named. And it was created by people who mainly rejected the current establishment and viewed the system as flawed, rewarding people like the big banks and lobbyists and all those rats. And really until Trump started campaigning, the alt-right was didn't really have a purpose. It was mainly just a group of people who liked to raid Tumblr and Twitter and trigger social justice warriors and others who disagreed with us by telling them our opinion and turning it into a big joke by making memes of them and making fun of them. And it was mainly more of a culture, and it still kind of is a culture. It's a direct result of Chan culture. A lot of memes and stuff like that you see from alt-right as a derivative of 4chan, 8chan, all that stuff, and it's a fact now. It's all over mainstream news. They talk about it all the time. There's a website that even says that 8chan is the most triggering website on the internet. And honestly, alt-righters are diverse, and to share values with the alt-right, all you need to do is really be anti-establishment to the Republican Party. And here is some pillars of the alt-right. basically, if you agree with some of these four pillars, probably are alt right. The first one would be we believe in borders and sovereignty. You can make an argument against that, but that's just what we believe. We want borders and sovereignty. We believe in freedom of expression and personal freedom. I believe that a left-wing person can say whatever the fuck he wants. I mean, I'm going to say something back. There's nothing wrong. They're saying something back, countering someone, is not taking away their free speech. You can say something. It's when you start taking away their platform to speak. That's when there's a problem. And personal freedom. Now, there's definitely some alt-righters, the neo-Nazis and stuff, who go like, you can't smoke marijuana. Marijuana is bad for you. No, you're going to become a Zionist zombie. No, alt-right believes in personal freedom. And we believe in economic fairness. And we believe in protection from multinational corporations. That's another one. And then the last pillar that binds us all together is we believe in the West, and that the West must be preserved. Definitely don't want the Middle East taking over everything. Have a new massive Ottoman Empire. That'd be pretty funny. And none of these ideas are racist. And unless of course you dislike the West, then maybe it's racist. If you're watching this video with the mindset that you already hate the West, you already hate the European majority, you already think that everything about America and Europe is terrible, then you probably are going to say it's racist anyway. The alt-right has different people trying to use their voice to lead it right now. There are centrists who are not happy with the establishment Republicans, and they let religion blind them and make a mockery of traditionalism while being globalist and lobbyist puppets. We call them conservatives. There's libertarians in the alt-right movement, and they're fed up with the crooked two-party system and all the leftist social justice warrior rhetoric. And there's also liberals and other leftists who could be considered alt-right. And they're fed up with the current state of the left and how the regressives have taken their platform away. I mean, I used to be liberal, and, well, what I thought was liberal, like 6 years ago. And then there's also the loud neo-Nazis, equivalent to the Black Panthers in the left. And neo-Nazis are not alt-right. If anything, they are directly harming the movement by making in-your-face racism the first thing you think about when you think of the alt-right. When you think of the alt-right, you should be thinking of economic fairness and protection for multinationals, borders and sovereignty, smart immigration. And they'll even call out people in the alt-right that they disagree with and say, are you really white? What country do you come from? And they'll say a whole bunch of different bullshit. I've seen it happen. And for sure, the alt-right has a offensive sense of humor. That is true for the majority of the internet. You go on the internet, you can find tons of offensive humor. Why is it okay to make fun of Christians and mock them on the media, but you can't mock Islam? I see people mocking Christians all the time. You know, all those black metal bands, Dimmu Borgir, they're mocking Christianity. They're not considered edgy or offensive, but I bet if there was an anti-Islamic band, they would be the new face of hatred and bigotry. You know, all alt-right wants to do is just have sensible immigration. Really. That's what we want. It's what Trump wants. And why does the left call us racist haters? Everything's a hater now. Can't be a hater. No, hate is just such a hurtful word, guys. We cannot be haters. We can't do anything involving hate. Hate drives everything we want is driving hate. We just can't do it anymore. Well, being critical of anything nowadays makes you a hater. Being a hater is the worst thing you could do in America right now, I feel like. The alt-right has lots to criticize, too. considering how much of a terrible trajectory America's going. They twist sensible immigration and borders into lynch all foreigners and deport all foreigners. And they highlight the worst of us instead of showing the best of us, which is a big problem in the media. They always show the worst of people. And it's simply easier to debate the radical loony than it is to debate a sensible person.
They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me.